Championship and the race in the Butt Kicker 250.
Keith Bradley gets his second championship on the Friday Night Series with the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series Season 8. This rookie season, he will win the championship for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Monster Mile for the ServPro 150, the last race in the Fast 14 for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series. It's going to be a good one here tonight. Who's going to lock himself in and who's going to be able to make it here at the end of 150 miles, 150 laps. A little bit short, or a little bit behind, I guess you could say, but we're going to go green flag racing. I'm the redneck announcer, Jake Reeves. The Australia, Dean Huff, the Bengals, giving you the camera angles. And Smithfield, North Carolina's old Wesley Outland. Going to be co-commentating with me here tonight is MDW, who got the pole, gets in front of Dustin Scruggs, and they work their way through 3 and 4.
Through 3 and 4, they'll work their way off of turn 4, bottom of the racetrack. That's MDW Wood up in front. Scruggs to 2. Jurassic now sitting back patiently in that third spot. Jurassic right now with company with Cherry and Haney behind them as they work off 2 door to door.
Yeah, and really sliding on back right here. Tristan Bruce trying to ease up here and make his presence known. Jump up here in the top 5 as well. Riding on board with Tiny Horse. Ryan Johnson, he's sitting at 8th right now. He's got Jose Luis Rivera back here with Joey Stires. A couple of other guys back here battling it out as well. One thing about this track, though, Wesley, everybody getting down where you see the asphalt right there, that is the apron. It's concrete all the way around this sucker. Everybody fighting for that bottom of that racetrack.
Yeah, Dover Motor Speedway, 1 mile in length, and it is banked on that concrete oval around this entire racing surface as they work off 4 already, putting about a handful of laps on the board next time by. There you see a look at the Elite 10 and the drivers that are trying to make it in. Those on the outside looking in from the red, as right now the leaders are all watching Wood lead off turn 4.
Absolutely, everybody trying to run down MDW, but Wood is just straight up, once again, at this point, trying to take them to the woodshed once again, Wesley. We've seen this time and time again with MDW just come out here and literally take them to the woodshed. That's exactly what he is trying to do right now. Open that bad boy up. You see Tristan Bruce into 3, down to the inside of Matt Cherry. Take Bruce, jump him up to the top 5. Cherry will go back to 6.
So it's Wood, Scruggs, Jurassic, by the way. That's the way you say Jurassic's last name, Jurassic. Haney, Bruce, top 5. Cherry, Johnson, Stires, Rivera, Newton, as that battle heats up now. Here's the top 5 single file. It's still Wood in the lead. Scruggs on the battle for second as that battle's on single file off 4.
Yeah, Jurassic back here trying to hold on as much as he can. He better watch his back door. Here comes Keith Haney, Tristan Bruce. Also, as well, been moving up very, very nice through the field. Has a pretty good pace right here behind Haney. Everybody right all over each other's tailgates. Jurassic, Haney, Bruce, Cherry trying to get back up into the middle of this as well. And Tiny Horse, Ryan Johnson, he's trying to latch on and make it a 7-car breakaway.
And there's a look at the leaders working back to turn 1 here on the concrete jungle. That is Dover. It's about a 1.5 seconds as they thunder their way to the back straightaway. Stage 1 here at Dover. Look at the bottom right of the monitor. There's the stage information for tonight's events here. 150 laps, but right now they're going to go all the way to lap number 50, I believe is what it is. And right now they're working back into the corner. And right now it is still easily MDW in front.
Absolutely, but big battles going on throughout the field. Yes, Wesley, you are correct. Stage 1 will end at lap 50. Will get us a caution. Stage 2 at 100 will get another caution. It'll be 150 laps altogether. 5 sets of tires, folks. That's 4 in the pits, 1 on the truck, making up that 5. 50% fuel capacity, 3 green, white checkers, track stay at 100. But the main thing about it, we sit there and we look at those tires, Wesley. This place is very notorious for eating alive Goodyear tires. That's one of the reasons why they call it the Monster Mile.
Right now, working off turn number 4, back down to the line. Here in this first stage, very simple, 3 stages, 50 laps each. That's a nice way to keep track of it as they work their way with Wood leading. Scruggs second, Jurassic back to third, not anymore. Bruce on the inside of the 6. Here comes Johnson watching in. There's your top 5 as they work the back straightaway here in Dover.
Woo, boy, you got to watch yourself. Wow, you really got to watch yourself right there coming off turn 4, especially off 2, but 4 a little bit more. Get a little bit tight over there. Truck wants to try to jump up on that safer barrier and slap right into the fence. So they got to watch themselves and be very, very careful. Bruce really starting to make some moves. Now Tidy Horse back here, he's trying to make some moves as well. On the outside, almost gets up into the fence, but he's going to be able to hold off Keith Haiti. So take Tidy Horse, put him up to 5th. Scruggs 2nd, Bruce 3rd, Jurassic 4th, and MDW is out to a 3.5 second lead. Just absolutely, like I've said before, Wesley, taking them to the woodshed.
Yeah, definitely doing a great job. Matthew David Wood from West Virginia. There is a look on board on the camera with the man right there leading the way. MDW, calm, cool, collected down the back straightaway. And what a lead he has right now, over 4 seconds over the second place man of Scruggs. You want to go all the way to the top 10? 6 seconds. Separate this big gaggle of traffic as they're right now a conveyor belt working off turn 4, heading back to the line for lap 15 next time by.
Yeah, and we'll eventually check in on MDW and see how much more that lead is growing as it continues to grow that you see over there on the left side of your screen. Make sure you tickle Santa Claus, even though Christmas is over with, getting ready to go into 2025. If you love what you're seeing, make sure you like and subscribe to the NASCAR 360 Racing Network. Caution is on the Speedway. Looking back through the field, Wesley Allen, I'm looking. Do you see
James
anywhere
Beard
where
has
it is?
crashed. James Beard has crashed, ladies and gentlemen. Driver on the racetrack, James Beard, has went around on the Speedway. I want to say that that's the driver of the number 25 for Red Eye Motorsports. He lost it in turn number 3 and 4. Watch the 25, and you'll see what put us under the yellow flag. Maybe some contact, and there it is right there into the 00. Was that Hook Wigginton? I believe it is. Inside, back straightaway, wall hit, and then that car went all the way, or that truck of, again, Beard went all the way, spinning slowly into turn 3 and 4. Jacob, that's put us under our first ServPro caution. Pardon the pun, it's a ServPro 150.
Yes, sir. You seen right there kind of what happened. He had Trotter going to his inside. He had another truck coming down to his inside as well, which was Devin Painter and Huck Wigginton right there. Two Blue Line Racing guys right there was just trying to ease past him. I think Beard was trying to let them all go, and unfortunately, by the time he tried to cut down, actually he got a little bit loose on my end from seeing it. He ends up going around, but everybody going down, getting them 4 fresh tires right here, Wesley. At least that's what I'm going to assume. I wouldn't doubt one bit everybody's going to go get them 4 fresh tires, except for Mark Morton. Mark Morton's going to stay on the racetrack.
Yeah, and man, I'm telling you, that takes away that big advantage that MDW had. As we see Beard now rolling off of pit road. Very tight confines of pit road here at Dover Motor Speedway. And look at this, MDW in first, out first. Scruggs behind him. So is us, I believe Bruce, or actually that's Johnson. And that'll shake him back out. Bruce actually in the 3. Then it's Jurassic. Then it's Johnson. And that's the way they come off of pit road, at least for the top 5, as we'll get ready for a restart here, as we still got a long way to go in stage 1 of the ServPro 150 there, Jacob.
Absolutely. We'll take us a quick commercial break, bring you right back here for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series live on the NASCAR 360 Racing Network.
Starbase 1552 Comics. We sell everything a collector would want. Comics, Funkos, action figures, and so many more. A real American comic book shop. We are online only. Starbase 1552 Comics. Find us on eBay Auctions.
Folks, we're back here at Dover. Two trucks stayed out. That was Mark Morton and Dane Hagan up here. Mark Morton started 17th. Hagan started 20th. Green flag in the air. Hagan all by himself up at the top of the racetrack. Morton down up on the bottom, or the top side, rather. Here comes Wood. Here comes Scruggs. Woods, he's going to take the lead. Here comes Scruggs for second.
Back for the restart. 20 laps when they come to the line, this time by completed. And Matthew David Wood, MDW as we call him, right back in front. Leads where he left off. Scruggs to 2, Bruce to 3rd. Single file behind the top 5. Starting to get antsy there between Johnson, Cheney, and Cherry as they work their way into 3 and 4.
And Hagan basically just getting hung out to dry all the way up to the top of the racetrack. But door to door with Tiny Horse. You Keith Haney right behind him trying to move along. And folks, this is kind of like an old school, Wesley, if you will, an old school kind of race. Or it's like for Bristol, I guess you could say, the old school Bristol, where everybody was fighting for the bottom. And now you're actually seeing some guys like Haney now kind of going with a new generation style, up top, try to get a run, try to see if he can get a run on old Tiny Horse right here.
I want to send a big hello to JCR. Ray Ellingson is watching. Hello, sir. Sharon, Bruce, other people, thank you. Down the back straightaway they go. It's Johnson on board with him as they work their way down into the corner up on the high side, making a move there on this battle, working off 4. Here they come back to the stripe, and we're heading towards the midway point of stage 1 here at Dover, Jacob.
Yes, sir, and we're getting there. And right now, Scruggs holding on to second. Bruce trying to see if he can get a hold of third. Woods not really opened it up like we saw a while ago, Wesley. He opened it up to about a 4-second gap before that caution ended up kicking off. And now, all of a sudden, it's really shrunk, if you will. Now it's about a half a second right now. So any slip out of Wood, Scruggs, Bruce, both of them can capitalize. Mark Morton may end up being in the best spot. He was the one that stayed out. He's currently sitting right now in the 4th spot.
Yeah, got a really good, comfortable run right now as we watch these guys working their way again. Here comes Merck, a former NASRA Cup Series champion and Rookie of the Year in the same sentence. He did it back in, I believe it was 2022. What a crazy battle that was. And like him or not, I know he's definitely controversial. A lot of people jump on over him, hype on him. But for sure, Jeff Merck, never count out when the chips are down. He will find a way to press on and battle his way back through adversity. Jacob Reeves, I have a little trouble getting that word out, but adversity indeed. And right now, just kind of seeing these guys working their way around the racetrack. And we'll watch Merck and see what he'll do right now as he started to try to make a climb up the pylon here on lap 26.
Yeah, he's trying to see if he can move up through the field. Got to be careful, slice and dice, see where you can go, do what you got to do at that point. You see Hagan back here sitting at the 7th spot. Stage points can be up for grabs right here, even for guys that's not in the playoffs. Talking about that Elite 10 and everybody trying to get into that Championship 6. I mean, there's still guys out there racing for other points because there's different payouts for different finishing positions in the points. So even though they're not racing for a championship still, Wesley, these guys still battling it out for all these playoff points, or stage points rather, to try to help them out for that in-season payout.
Right now, it is Matthew David Wood in the lead. That's MDW. Scruggs to 2. Bruce is 3rd. There's Matt Cherry. Matt Cherry in the ServPro, number 45, the man out of Kentucky from Scottsville. Got a trunk full of the number 8 in front of him, a Morton. He'll clear him to the inside. Here comes now Stiers in the DuPont colors on the bottom as well. That pulls on as they work their way to the back straightaway.
Yeah, and Cherry and all of them trying to see if they can hold on. Check out Stephen Thomas back here just easily inside the top 10. Morton getting hung out to dry up on the top side. Stires gets a little bit loose, almost comes up and collects. Morton, Adam Newton right here behind all of this. Jeff Burke right behind them as well. Big battles going on. Caution is out on the Speedway. Looking Joshua Rodriguez in the 4 goes around going into turn 1. Another one, Brandon Broadfoot in the 22 goes around. Multi-car accident on the front stretch going into turn 1.
Yeah, it's a multi-truck accident. Multiple drivers caught up in this one. Of course, you mentioned Rodriguez and Broadfoot. Shane Trotter also in the 16 got a piece of this as well. Here's a look at a replay, and there you see Brian Chu kind of help Rodriguez get turned on the front stretch back into turn 1. And then there's a couple of other trucks that make contact up into the wall, and that's exactly what happened. Take your pick. You've got probably 2 or 3 accidents happening in unison. Here's again what happened to Rodriguez. And then, of course, a chain reaction from there. Broadfoot turned. I think that's Shane Trotter up in front of him. We're under caution.
Absolutely. I mean, you can basically, like you said, Wesley, rattle off about 4 or 5 guys. There you see Rodriguez kind of gets a little bit loose off of 4 and basically has to get out of the gas or else he's going to lose it. And Brian Chu, nowhere to go, tags him straight to tailgate, sends him around. There goes Shane Trotter. Matter of fact, we're going to ride on board with Shane Trotter, see what's all going on right here with him. There you see Broadfoot, all of them go around. Trotter tries to get on the brakes. Osborne gets into him. Wow, Robbie Richards just basically locks it down and dismisses everything right there. So good old Robbie to lock her down and try to make it. Scruggs is going to go ahead and elect to jump down pit road right here with a number of other drivers. Morton, we saw him. He stayed out that last time around. Hagan's going to go in. Thomas, all these guys are electing to go in as well. And that last pit stop, Wesley, it looked like everybody just went in and got fuel is all that they did. They went in, they come out real quick, didn't take tires because, remember, got to limit your tire sets for the end of this bad boy. So it looks like everybody may be going in for a splash of gas right here or trying to go ahead and get some damage fixed probably.
Yeah, right now, Matthew David Wood and Bruce right now, Durasic and Johnson, Haney, Cherry, Stires, Newton, Merck, and Schumann are the top 10 as we are still under the yellow flag here at Dover, and we're trying to come to the end of stage 1.
Absolutely. We're going to take another quick commercial break, bring you right back here for Dover. There for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series. Well, folks, we're back here at Dover, MDW. Tristan Bruce, the front row, Jordan Durasic, and Ryan Johnson. Front 4 guys on a beautiful Friday evening. Friday right after Christmas, folks. I'm the redneck announcer, Jake Reeves. Smithfield, North Carolina's on Wesley Outland in the house as well with Biggles, Deed, Hopton. Shout out to Miss Ray Ellenson. Miss Ray, thank you very much for the kind comments for what you said. We're all for what you said in the Discord chat. We'll talk a little bit about that a little bit later on when we get to a stage break. Some big news going on in the Redneck Announcer household. We'll talk about that a little bit later on as green flag is in the air. Wood standing on the gas. Gets a fantastic jump in a restart zone. Bruce will oblige and let him go. Jump down into the bottom lane. Now it's Jurassic and Tiny Horse battling out for the 3rd spot. And up Bruce wants to go for the lead, Wesley.
Well, let's see how this will develop as the DSR Electric number 3 down to the inside. Got to run on MDW. W and that 21. That's Wood. He'll not battle back. He'll stay right there to the bottom. Throws the block on Bruce. Meanwhile, a couple of trucks got to bonsai one another. That's Johnson and Jurassic as they work off 2. And there's a slider right there at the bottom of the racetrack. It's Joey Stires. Almost got turned to the bottom into turn 3.
Boy, they're fanning out big time, and here comes the 60 of Jeff Merck. Right behind him, Jose Luis Rivera. He jumps up, puts a block on Brandon Schumann in the 52. Everybody's scattering, sliding, trying to get what grip they can get right here in the early going of the ServPro 150. And riding on board with Joey Stires, throwing it back to the Jeff Gordon style, the DuPont colors in the number 24. Made famous by Jeff Gordon and obviously owner of Nazra, Brady LaBeouf. But check it out, battle for second in the house. Here comes Jordan Durasic on the inside of Tristan Bruce. Tiny Horse is going to follow him.
And we're watching him now with Matthew David Wood somehow trying to find a way to climb back into that top spot. Durasic now back to 2. It's Bruce Johnson. Here comes now Adore. It's Tiny Horse, Ryan Johnson on the inside. Tristan Bruce on the outside of their door-to-door back to the banking in 1.
And a lot of fans, a lot of guys in Nazareth talk about both of these guys really having a history, so to speak, Wesley. Both of these guys it's just every single time Tiny Horse and Tristan Bruce get around one another, they ended up causing all kinds of chaos. Somebody gets screwed, somebody gets wrecked, somebody gets mad. It always ends up happening. And I think that might have been what Tristan done right there. It's a little bit early. Go ahead and let Tiny Horse go. Let's not get any chaos going on. But Adam Newton in the 19, he ain't playing around. He wants to try to get up here and duke it out. Matt Cherry, Keith Haiti on the bottom, Cherry up top. You're riding on board with Murph's Magical Creations, Toyota, and Adam Newton.
Yeah, there goes the cigar-smoking unicorn, the fabled creature, down to the inside. Makes his move on Cherry up on the top. Here comes Haney on the inside. He'll try to play wingman with him. And Stires makes contact with Merck. They almost crash into one another going to turn 3, and this will cause a caution. Yellow flag out over the racetrack. Looks like it's Jose Luis Rivera. Bottom of the racetrack at the 20. He's in trouble. Caution is out for the 3rd time.
Yes, sir. Big old pile up. A couple of drivers getting involved, and you called it, Wesley. Jose Luis Rivera, Dustin Scruggs actually caused this right here. Rivera goes around hard into the inside retaining wall. A couple of other drivers getting involved. Check it out right here, instant replay. Rivera had to get out of the gas, didn't want to get up into the wall, and then he ends up getting spun. There's another one that gets spun. A couple of drivers starting to slide around. A couple of them going head on into the outside retaining wall in turn number 3. James Beard being one of them that was 15 laps down gets caught up in this. There you see Stephen Thomas. Oh, no, not Stephen Thomas. He gets hooked from James Beard, and then Beard goes up and gets into the outside retaining wall. And another caution right here, Wesley. Wow, big deal right there for Stephen Thomas right here. One of the big guys right here for the concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series.
Hard shot into the wall for Thomas. Whole host of other trucks involved. It puts us under the yellow flag right there at the end of stage number 1. Look at now Jeff Merck. We'll see what happens with the 60 truck. And Jeff Merck just hit somebody from behind, and he ends up into the inside safer barrier as well. And this happened under caution flag.
Absolutely. And, you know, big thing about this right here, Wesley, we was talking about this going in the Elite 10. Folks, granted, I might have said Fast 14 at the start of this thing, so you have to forgive me. Had a lot go on. I'm still a little bit hungover from all the eating that I done earlier on today. But, yes, it is the Elite 10. And one thing about this is if you look over at the other rounds from Sweet 20 to Fast 14, everybody had a points buffer going into those rounds. Not in the Elite 10. Everybody is straight up even. It doesn't matter what you've done all season. Everybody is even right here. And there you see Stephen Thomas, one of those drivers that got involved in that. He's going to be in a little bit of a hole right here, Wesley, getting involved in that damage, putting him all the way back there. And Joshua Rodriguez saw him get involved earlier on. A number of playoff drivers getting into some incidents, and some of them not even really, I mean, it's not their fault. It just happens. It's just the Monster Miles just eating them up.
Oh, here's the thing. Obviously, you think about MDW, all these names that are in the black, not in. We got a chance to move in to the finale at, I believe it's Homestead, Miami. And obviously, if you can win here at Dover, you don't have to worry about what goes on the next couple of weeks. And if you're a guy like Michael David Wood, that's exactly what you're trying to do here before we go to the restart. 43 of 150 laps, and I think we're going to try to get a restart here before the end of stage 1.
Absolutely. We'll go ahead and we'll get it down to that lap 50 and call it right there for the end of stage number 1. We'll sum it up for you folks right here. MDW, Jordan Jurassic, that's your front row. Tiny Horse, Ryan Johnson, Tristan Bruce, no love lost there in the second row. Keith Haney, Matt Sherry make up row number 3. Adam Newton, Joey Stires. How about Jeff Merck, started 30th. He's all the way up to 9th. And your outside pole sitter, Dustin Scruggs, currently sitting in the 10th position. Nate Maurer, 22 or 22nd up to 11th. Here we go. Joey Stires doesn't go on the restart, stacks the whole outside lane up, and everybody on the inside lane will advance. Jurassic, he's going to have to hold off Tiny Horse, but MDW trying to get away as they work their way going into 3.
It might have stuck up the outside lane, but right now we watch these guys thunder their way around the racetrack. We rest our voice. We crank it up the night after Christmas for the C.O.P.S Truck Series at Dover.
Coming this time right here, 3 laps to go. MDW still holds on to the lead. Jurassic trying to see if he can run him down and get whatever he can get out of this. If he gets second, that's what he gets dealt. Wood trying to basically pull what he did at the Chicago Street Course, Wesley, which is straight up absolutely wear them out and win every single stage. Watch Wood being very, very, I guess you could say calm right here. With 2 to go going into 1.
The night after Christmas, might I add, pardon the pun, as the laps do wind down. Matthew David Wood still up in front, leading the way comfortably. He's got Jurassic right there behind him, and then Johnson 1, 2, and 3. I don't think anybody's going to get to MDW. He's got Clean Air in front of him. He's going to come to the line. 2 laps to go now as we work into the final laps here of stage 1. 2 to go. He's on the back straightaway, clearly out in front.
Yeah, and Wood is getting really, really comfortable trying to get away, but Jurassic is trying to say, son, it ain't over yet. Jurassic, he wants to have him a little bit. He wants to try to win it. Now he's going to close in just a little bit on MDW. And it's comfortably sitting at 0.2 of a second. He gained, give or take, maybe about 100th or so. Very, very even right here. But Jurassic gets a little run. I don't think it's going to work out for him. Here comes Wood off into turn 3. Sails it down into the corner. Keeps it on the bottom of the racetrack. And Matthew David Wood, MDW, giving us a little hang 10 sign right there on the virtual cam. He will win stage number 1. Jurassic gets second. Tiny Horse third. Tristan Bruce fourth. Keith Haney will get fifth. Newton Maurer, Merck Painter, and Matt Cherry, the top 10 that will receive stage points at the end of stage number 1 here for the ServPro 150 at Dover.
Little hang 10 radical dude. That's what I give a lot of people as well, no doubt, is Matthew David Wood. Has won stage number 1 here at the ServPro 150. At Racers for Christ, Chevrolet looked really, really strong. Jurassic did try to mount a charge in his Chevrolet down to the end, but just could not run him down. Clean Air for the number 21. Ryan Johnson, third for the Tiny Horse. And I got a feeling all these drivers, Jacob, will be coming down to pit lane. And we get ready for Glass Mechanics Stage 2 coming up at Dover at the ServPro 150.
It's going to be good right here and see who beats who off of pit road. Obviously, everybody that was talking about a while ago, we was talking about it. Everybody just going down, getting a splash of gas, trying to make it to the end of the stage. It ain't going to happen this time. You're going to see everybody stay in there for quite some time this time around. Make sure that they get 4 fresh tires and fill it up full of fuel. You see Merck, all those other drivers going in as well. MDW's got to go all the way down to the end and get it all the way down to the end of pit road. That is where the number 21's pit box is. Hutt Wigginton and the 00 is going to stay out, lead him a lap right here. And obviously he will elect to go in this next time around. But we'll see who ends up winning or see who ends up beating who off of pit road. We'll see how it all works out. Jurassic right there. Wow, he's got the whole back end right there on the outside of the line. It may end up being a penalty for him, but it ain't going to work as Wood is going to beat Jurassic off of pit road by inches, give or take. Tiny Horse will get everybody. He will come off of third. Haney will come off 4th, as well as Tristan Bruce. All those guys coming off. That's the top 5 coming off of pit road right here. And tell you what, let's see if we can bring up old MDW, Matthew David Wood. If I can find him, I got another Matthew there for a second. We'll bring him on up here. Here are the cheers. We know how the cheers work right there. MDW, give us a little hang 10 right now. Maybe you making it look easy. Congratulations, stage 1 winner.
Yeah, I hope you all had a wonderfully blessed Christmas. Yeah, it's been kind of stressful, just worrying about points and everything. But I mean, Jordan's quick. He's undeniably quick. Just glad to get stage points there. It's going to be interesting to see how strategy works out the rest of the race, but pretty quick here. Usually decently quick here, but hopefully we can come out with a win today and get ourselves in a championship for the 2nd year in a row.
Matthew, I know you're getting ready for a restart, so I'll let you go real quickly, but I got to ask you this question, man. Is tonight's goal to win this race, to not have to worry about any of the other shenanigans of the semifinals and go to Dover for the or go to Homestead for the championship?
Absolutely. It's Dega and Nashville next, so this is top priority to win.
There you go.
Looking pretty good right now. He's kind of making it look easy, folks. We'll see how it works out for the next 100 laps. MDW, appreciate your time, buddy.
All right, bless y'all.
It was MDW. He's going to start on the outside for this restart. Hutt Wayton, I thought he was going to elect to jump down and maybe get him 4 fresh tires, but maybe he threw a little bit of different strategy at us. He said, I want to lead here at Dover. I want to get that 00 up here at the front. We'll see how it works out for him. Hutt Wigginton up here on the front row started 26th, and he's going to get a fantastic jump and try to get away. MDW, Jordan Jurassic, they're right behind him. Here comes Bruce. Bruce slides it in there. Wood's going to take it around the outside. They're going to go 3 wide for second. Glass Mechanic, stage 2, rocking and rolling. They're all trying to get around Huck down the back.
So who is Miles the Munster going to chomp up here in the 2nd stage as we got trouble already? It looked like Scruggs might have got really loose on the bottom of the apron. Somehow he saved the truck. We stay good. We stay green. The leaders are working their way back into 1 and 2.
We'll see how this works out. Riding on board, you saw Robbie Richards right here, started 13th. Now he's up inside the top 10, 11th rather. He's trying to rock and roll as well. See Keith Haiti right here? There's Jordan Jurassic right there in the number 6. And one thing about this, folks, you see guys over here in that dark gray on your leaderboard. These guys are in as of right now. They are in. It's about the best that we can try to put for you, I guess. But it's the best that we can do. But if they're in gray, they are in the championship 6 as of right now. They're in the red. They're trying to get in. They're doing all that they can. Maybe a little bit behind, however you want to look at it. One driver not in the playoffs riding on board with Justin White, currently sitting in the 12th spot. He's up pretty good right here, Wesley. He started 28th. He's all the way up to 12th. He's trying to battle off Mark Morton.
Yeah, just really kind of trying to be patient here as we watch these guys working their way again off the corner. We had one truck up into the fence, but he keeps on going. We got one way off the pace on the bottom of the racetrack, overtaken by the leaders. That is, of course, Jurassic and Merck and Haney overcoming that machine there. That's the truck that got in the wall. I want to say that's Cody Nada, but no, Jose Luis Rivera. That's Jose Luis Rivera, and he is still fighting an ill-handling truck on the bottom of the racetrack here as he's in trouble, almost spinning coming onto pit road to the 20.
Yeah, but he locked it down and was able to pull it off right there, so he's going to elect to jump down pit road, go 1 lap down. Joey Steyer's 6 laps down, James Beard 26 laps down. Chaos happens. Some of these guys might get themselves back in contention to try to get back on the lead lap and salvage here tonight. Riding on board, Brandon Schumann, right behind Painter and Justin White. They're going after it back here. They're trying to get all that they can get. This is just inside the top 15. We'll go back to Tristan Bruce, who has got around Jurassic. Son, Tristan wants to get him a win here tonight. He wants to lock himself in and not have to worry about the next 2 weeks, Wesley. He's wanting to go to Homestead.
And you heard what Matthew David Wood said. He said, man, I want to win this race. I don't want to worry about the craziness that is on the horizon. And by the way, next week will be Talladega. We know how wild Talladega Super Speedway is right now. Everybody working their way into turn 3. It is still Wood the leader. Bruce, Jurassic, Merck, Haney, top 5, and they're giving room between each other. Single file coming off 4.
Everybody giving each other room. And yeah, like he said, Talladega, Nashville, and it's actually Charlotte, which will be January the 16th. We always want Homestead to be the final race, but if we can't, if we was going
Charlotte, I like Charlotte.
Yeah, I mean, if we was going to pick another one, hell, why not? Let's make it Charlotte. Let's go ahead. Let's go with that one. Charlotte, obviously a very good racetrack. January the 17th. Mark your calendars if you want to see who's going to be the champion for season 9. Check them out. Right in behind Justin White. That was Isaac Bevan gets hooked. Huck Wiggins, I believe he gets involved in this as well as Brandon Schumann. Caution out coming off of turn number 4. We got a pile up in turn 1.
Only fitting that our producer shows Miles the Munster, and then he starts growling and snarling at the field coming off turn 4. You can't make this up. Watch the replay. Here's contact, the 47 hooked by Wigginton and the 00. That's Brandon Schumann then. Nowhere to go. He's got contact with Wigginton. Dane Hagan on the bottom of the 39. Look at how he bounces off the inside pit wall, safer barrier, and the truck kind of got up in the air in the awkward position. Watch this again. Nowhere to go. Huck Wigginton into the 47. Schumann, and watch the truck again get up in the air. Comes back down, slams hard into the wall, and another multi-truck accident. By the way, that's the 47 of Isaac Bevan that also got a piece of it. Caution out again. Wow.
And check out Dane Hagan back here. You see Bevan that gets hooked. Hagan actually in the red and black truck. There you see Wigginton comes down, gets into Schumann, riding on board with Bevan. But there goes Hagan right there. I mean, the sea's somewhat parted. He had trucks to his right and a wall to his left, and somehow or another had a hole and shot it straight through there and was able to come out the other end, maybe with a little bit of damage on the left side, but that was just about it. I mean, that was about all that he had out of it. It could have been a lot worse. See, Wood and Bruce, they're going to stay out. Jurassic, all these other guys going to elect to go on in. Hey, son, you can turn your Christmas lights off. Christmas is over with. Hey, some of them like to keep them up all the way to the end of the new year, but caution out once again. MDW, Tristan Bruce is the race leaders. Haney elected to stay out as well. See Raul Meza, he ain't on his phone yet. Hopefully he won't be on his phone anytime soon. And
Jacob, what's this story about Ryan Johnson, the tiny horse that Suss is talking about? Do we know anything about this?
I tell you what, we may have to ask him about that. I tell you what, let's go ahead, let's do it real quick while we have the opportunity. As they're coming around, I believe they're at a 2 to green, fixing to take the 1 to green. So I believe we can get old Tiny Horse up here in the house. Ryan Johnson currently sitting up here inside the top 5, and Ryan giving us a little wave. Obviously, he can't see us because he's got that damn VR anyway. But Ryan, we got to ask this real quick. First off, how's the racing going on out there? And secondly, real quick before you go back, Joshua Suss out there wanting to know about these boxes. What's up with these boxes that he's talking about?
I'm assuming he's talking about the ones around the room here. Don't pay no attention. Just ignore him.
Are you moving? Are you relocating? Are you being kicked out? What's going on, Ryan?
Nah, I just got unopened boxes or boxes of storage and stuff. Don't worry about it.
I think the word's not. I was going to say evicted, I guess is the word it is. But is that an old school heater beside you to your right?
Yes, our house has radiators still. It's
wow, holy cow, older. Man! Wow, talk about going back in the days, man. I feel like I'm watching a Christmas story.
All righty, well, Ryan, good luck to you, buddy. You're getting ready for a restart.
Thanks, guys.
And we want to thank Joshua Suss for wasting our time, because obviously there's nothing to worry about with boxing.
It ain't the first time that I've had beef with him on DVD. We may end up having beef with him again. Green is in the air. Wood's going to try to get away. Bruce up on the top side. Haney trying to roll on the bottom. There you go. You got the We Got Beef soundbite.
Damn, soundbite?
Yes, that is a We Got Beef soundbite. Yes, that is from previous broadcasts that I've done. Pretty cool deal. But check out everybody fan it out. Front 3 trying to get away. Tiny Horse trying to get around Jurassic. And from there on, it is a dogfight. They're 3 wide back there with Jeff Mark and Mark Morton.
Let's watch and see what happens as they work their way on the concrete here at Dover. Nearing halfway also, Jordan Durasic, he's still having a holly jolly Christmas rocking into the new year. The number 6 on the high side, Johnson on the bottom. Cherry will follow. They can't get after Haney as they hit the back straightaway going to 1.
A big battle going on is Tristan Bruce going down to the inside of MDW, battle for the lead. Wood's going to get the run on the outside. Bruce stuck his nose down there, thought about it, tried to make it stick, but the outside lane run for Wood advances. And now Bruce really starting to hammer away at this tailgate right here. It's Wood, it's Bruce, it's Dover, it's Nazra. It's the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series playoffs.
And ready to watch them now work their way off that second corner. It's still going to be MDW up in front, but for how long? Bruce has reeled him in like baits on a pulse popper hook down to the inside. Stage 2, Glass Mechanic. Who's it going to be? Nearing 30 to go. 5 to halfway. It's MDW, the man that's been the Pied Piper here on the concrete of Miles the Munster's Palace all day long as he works off 2.
Wood is trying to hold on. Bruce trying to see if he can get away. Right behind him, Jeff Mert was able to slide right by Tidy Horse and Durasic. So take Mert, shove him straight up to 4th. Watch out for the Season 7 champ. Like Wesley said, I mean, some things you like about him, some things you may not like. But one thing you cannot deny about this 60, he has speed. It doesn't matter where it is, he has speed every time he comes into the races here with Nazra.
Yeah, right now we're going to cue up a little speed, if you will, by Billy Idol as they work their way off of turn at number 4 down to the start-finish line down the front stretch. Here's Adam Newton right there in that Murph's Magical Creations entry. He's got Cheney or Cherry in front of him. A little bit of highline racing up in front of that driver. Take your pick as they go at it again down into turn number 3.
Big battle going on as Newton trying to see if he can ease down, try to make something happen. Murph's Magical Creations, number 19, Toyota. Right behind him, Robbie Richards. Both of these guys, they got a little bit of history as well, Wesley. A lot of guys got some history tonight, and they just seem to find themselves around one another here at Dover. This place does race like a short track. Really, I mean, a lot of people may look at this as it is an intermediate oval. A lot of people look at it as a short track, or high-speed short track, if you will. So maybe not something you want to try to be around some of you bad guys or some guys you got beef with. But here we go. Caution is out. Somebody might have had beef with somebody right there as caution is out once again.
Austin, I think it might be Brandon Schumann with a problem in the 52 and possibly the 47 of Isaac Bevan as well. Here's a replay.
What enough?
Jose Luis Rivera really in trouble too in the 20. We saw. Oh yeah, there he is, man.
Oh, wow.
We saw him literally fighting his truck when he came down onto the pit lane earlier.
He's close to it.
And then there's 20 spinning, and that'll put us under the yellow flag. We saw Isaac Bevan also off the pace. I don't know if he got a piece of it, and Schumann back on pit road. So I think it is Jose Luis Rivera. Putting us under the yellow flag. Another ServPro caution here at the ServPro 150. Hey, by the way, if you don't know about ServPro, go online to social media or the official website, ServPro.com. ServPro, taking anything completely destroyed, burned, restored, and making it look brand new again. Fire, water, cleanup, and restoration. Look for the green and orange, the ServPro trucks around the country and near you. More details again at ServPro.com there, Jacob.
Boy, ServPro's getting a lot of love here this evening. A lot of love, obviously, the title sponsor for the ServPro 150. I tell you what, let's go ahead and give some of our other sponsors a little bit of love, if you will. Jeff Burke stays out. MDW, Haney, all these guys are going to elect to go down pit road. So we'll take a quick commercial break. Let's hear from some of our other great sponsors here with Nazra. We'll be right back here at Dover.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations, home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Folks, we're back here at Dover. Jeff Merck is on the front row after starting 30th here this evening. Did not qualify. Jordan Jurassic is up there in second. Matt Cherry up there in third. Robbie Richards currently sitting in the fourth position. Shout out to each and every one of you out there in the live chat. And I don't know if you guys known about it yet or not. We talked a little bit about it on the door banging download last week. We was finding out what the gender was going to be of Baby Reeves. Happy to tell each and every one of you, it is a boy. That is what we're aiming for. It's going to be David Dean Reeves. Is going to be in the house in July. And I understand there was actually a pool going on what the gender was going to be. Whoever bet on boy, congratulations, you just won. I don't know how else to really put that, guys, but anyway, Jeff Merck up here on the front row, Jordan Jurassic, Matt Cherry, Robbie Richards, Devin Painter, the top five. Devin Painter started 32nd in the field here this evening. He's up here sitting in the top five. Jeff Merck trying to get away. Right behind him, Cherry, Jurassic. Both of them slugging it out. Both guys in the playoffs. Merck is not, but he is racing like he's a playoff driver. Jurassic gets up into the fence as they work their way into three.
Yeah, he got a little bit of damage, or did he not? We watched these guys work their way again on the restart down the back straightaway. Miles the Munster ready to chomp them up some more as we are halfway home, halfway with 70 laps to go here. Now in the ServPro 150, it's been caution field, but it's also been race field. As right now, new leader Merck up in front, former champion in turn 3 in the 60.
And Cherry trying to hold on to second, get whatever points that he can. Remember, folks, coming into this round, all 10 of them in the Elite 10, everything evened out. There you'll see right there on the left side, all the Elite 10 drivers. Woods in that, Bruce is in that, Jurassic, all these guys is in this battle right here. So everybody trying to get whatever stage points that they can, help their case going into the next week, which is Talladega, and that is the ultimate wild card, Wesley.
It is, man. You want to talk about a place that you don't want to have to possibly try to advance through? It's Talladega. Why did Matthew David Wood say, I want to be the defending champion, I want to make my way into the championship round at Charlotte and not do it at Talladega? I want to win here at Dover because we know how crazy this place is. Look at these guys going inside and outside. You think Dover's wild on concrete? Wait till you see Talladega next week. It is a mental virtual headache of trying to keep your trucks in line and pray that you don't get caught up in the big one or make a mistake that takes you out there. Jacob, you know what it's about. And again, you just want to try to win here tonight at Dover. That's what MDW is trying to do. By the way, he's all the way back in 10th now. Jeff Merck is now the new leader as Cherry and Jurassic battle on the back straightaway.
And I'll say this, one thing that would really be a pain for these drivers is if Nashville was next week in the final race of the Elite 10 to try to make it into the Championship 6 would be Talladega. That would really throw everybody for a curveball. I would love to see it. I would absolutely love to see it. I know the drivers would hate it, but I believe it would be some great entertainment for the fans out there and for us. If you check out Cherry, Jurassic, both of them battling it out. Wood just took it around the outside of Scruggs, and Johnson went around them. He's trying to go around the outside of Morton as well, but we stay with this battle. Door to door, Jurassic, Cherry, slugging it out once again as Merck trying to ease away as we are in the weighted laps. Cherry gets up into the fence. That's going to open the door for good old Robbie Richards into 48. He's going to go down to the inside off turn 4.
And will not back away is going to be that man right there, Robert Richards on the inside. That's the 45, the 48 right there, stride for stride. Matthew David Wood watches on, so does Johnson. Pick a lane, any lane, like pick a card, any card. 3 wide, dive to the inside, throws the block as everyone else is up on the high side. Here comes MDW. Johnson 3 for 1 as they work off 4.
Boy, that is big deal right there, Wesley. I mean, that takes some guts right there. Takes some driving skill to be able to pull that off and maybe a little bit of luck. And both of them Both of them, mind you, Wood and Johnson, both of them made it work. And everybody back here just basically just fighting for scraps at this point as Shane Trotter and the 16 goes around on the backstretch. Big pile up. Other guys getting involved. Broadfoot, late caution. Now it gets thrown. Caution out. Trotter, Broadfoot, a couple of others get involved going down the back chute. And caution is out once again here in the ServPro 150.
So, here we go. Another yellow flag. I've lost count of how many that is now. Cautions breed cautions. Watch this now. Shane Trotter in the 16. He had problems earlier in the race as we work now lap 100. Look at the 16. Maybe had some help. That Toyota into the wall. And that Pulse Poppers instant replay will show it.
And Dean, it was on lap 89 when they was coming off of turn number 2. Hagen
replay. Yeah.
Hagen and Maurer, they were right behind him. Check it out. There you go. Back it up just a little bit, and you'll watch, actually, Hagen gets up into the fence. Might have spooked these guys, but it had absolutely nothing to do with Trotter. Trotter was already sliding sideways, hits the wall head on or left side into the outside retaining wall, and then at this point, everybody's just trying to get by. Broadfoot saw a hole, tried to make it work, and this place ain't as wide as where we're going to go next week at Talladega, Wesley. At that point, Broadfoot saw a hole, tried to make it stick, and unfortunately, just did not play off for it. You see it right there, last minute move, didn't work. If Joey Stires wasn't there, Broadfoot misses it, but unfortunately, bam, both of them get involved off of Shane Trotter getting loose off turn 2.
Well, we kind of figured that was going to happen. Look at Shane Trotter again. Another look at it one more time. This track is so unforgiving. A lot of people don't realize it. You know, you can be brave enough to go for those daring 2-3 wide moves like we saw earlier and make it work. And then there's other times where you could make one wrong mistake. And look at this now. Nowhere to go for Stires. I think Broadfoot might have got a piece of it as well. Cody Dodd, I believe, weaseled through up the middle and was able to avoid it. And I think also he's hand grenaded the power plant. As you see a little Cheech and Chong action on the rear end of the 16 up in smoke for Shane Trotter. But yeah, I mean, Jacob, we're not done yet. Obviously, we've got less than 8 laps to go here in Glass Mechanics Stage 2. The road to lap 100 continues. This has been our 7th ServPro caution here at the ServPro 150. And again, we're not done racing yet. This is still going to be, I think that third and final 50 laps are going to be wild for sure, no doubt.
Yeah, it's going to be good, and obviously ServPro getting their money's worth here this evening. Like I said, we got to get the other sponsors in and let them get a little bit of love as well. Quick ad break. We'll bring you right back here at Dover.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's magical creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Folks, we're back here at Dover. Jeff Burt, Jordan Durasic up here on the front row. MDW sliced through the field. He was back there in 10th at one point, and now he's up here in 3rd. Johnson, Tiny Horse up here with Matt Cherry. That's the top 5. We'll see how everybody stacks up right here as Mert gets a fantastic jump. He's going to get away. Jurassic might have got caught sleeping a little bit, and now it's Wood. Wood trying to get him some. He's going to go to the outside. He's going to try to get a run. He is going to get that run, Wesley, coming off turn 2. Mert shoves him into the fence here at the end of stage 2. Both of them slugging it out, going through 3 and 4.
Former champions of the C.O.P.S series in the same year. Now they lean on one another. Contact made. Wood not backing down. Neither is Merck. They stay side by side. Wood up the racetrack. He'll now pull away from the 21 as they work their way. The 60 to the lead. Now the 21 to the lead as I'm in as they go into 3. But Johnson is right there on the cat's whisker for those 2 leaders.
We'll see how this works right here. Mess with the bull, you get the horn. Or I believe that's what it says. Yes, mess with the bull, you get the horn. I say this, Wood didn't get neither one. He messed with the bull. He got the lead, and caution is out. Once again, big pile up back here. Raul Meza goes around. Justin White goes around. Is that Tristan Bruce in the 3? I believe Tristan Bruce got involved in this. Caution is out after Meza and White get into it, and White got up and over, flipped over on his lid going into turn number 1. It all happened with Raul Meza. Ironically enough, the ServPro number 37 Chevy getting into Justin White. Watch it once again right here. Oh, boy, there he goes right there. Just a straight-up flip over. Bruce gets involved as well. Haney dives down to the apron, tries to miss it as well. And at that point, it is just a straight-up cluster. Riding on board with Justin White. Oh, boy, this is going to be rough right here. Hide your kids, folks. Camera actually got cut out there for a second. There you see all the chaos that happens.
What heartbreak for Justin White. Watch this again. The number 2 C.O.P.S entry. I can't tell if he bounced off the wall, got into the right front of the 37 of Raul Meza. Tristan Bruce, nowhere to go. That was a hard hit. Let's go on board with Tristan Bruce and see what that replay was like. Watch this again. Once and up and half on its roof, back on all fours. Watch the 3. I think we're going extended. Number 3, Tristan Bruce. Watch this. This is going to be some hard impact right here, Jacob, I think.
Absolutely. I mean, you see Tristan Bruce right here. I mean, shades of Dale Jr. here at Dover. If you look at this, I mean, just come straight up, bam. I mean, just nowhere for Tristan to go. He gets involved. Devin Painter, one of the other drivers that gets involved. I believe Mark Morton got involved as well. Numerous drivers getting involved right here. And a lot of guys going into pit road right here, Wesley. I'm not sure. I mean, this could be the end of stage number 2 from what it looks like. I thought for a second they was going to be able to, I think it's the end of stage number 2 right here.
Yeah, I got a feeling we're so close to lap 100. I got a feeling as well, like you said, they're going to call it. And I believe they're going to call stage number 2 here as well. So it looks like it will officially be stage number 2. And man, if I'm not, well, they pitted. So whoever was pitting before the pit stops were made, Cody Knott's up in front. But I got a feeling you're going to see Matthew David Wood and Jeff Merck be the stage 2 winners here. So
yeah,
I think for the second stage in a row, MDW is going to get it again.
I believe so. I mean, it's one of those things, Wesley, you know, I got to say this real quick. Well, actually, we'll get Merck in here real quick. I believe that's who we're going with. We're going with Jeff Merck. We're assuming that he was the one that got the stage win. But we'll bring Merck up here anyway, as they are still under pace, I believe. So we'll see if we can bring Merck up here. And got Jeff Merck up here in the house. And Pookie, whatever your name is at this point, what's it like out there? I believe you was the winner of stage number 2, correct?
No, that would have been Matthew David Wood.
Okay.
He used my right side up to get it, but that's all right.
Oh. Well, I mean,
no beef.
We got beef.
just throw another shrimp on the Barbie.
Yeah. Why does it seem like everybody has a problem with you, buddy, or you feel like people have a problem with you? Can you answer that real quickly before we go back to green?
I don't know. We're going green right now.
All right, buddy, we'll let you go.
Nice way to avoid the question as we go back to green. Stage 3 is underway.
Well, that's one way to do it, and we'll see how this works. Cody Knott way up the racetrack. Merck's going to dive it down to the inside. He's going to try to follow MDW. Dane Hagan in the 39. He's up front, but not for long. Wood's going to shoot down to that inside lane. He's going to try to retake the lead. It's Tidy Horse, Merck, Jurassic, and Dustin Scruggs. All 4 of these guys battling up for the 3rd spot, but Hagan not wanting to give up on old Wood right here. Hagan putting up a fight, but Wood will get it eventually.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Look at this now. We talked about MDW and now Hagan. Look at Dean Hagan, and we got a caution on the racetrack. It is Matthew Montgomery. He's crashed to the number 96. We're now working the 9th ServPro caution of the race now with under 50 to go here at the ServPro 150. Another caution.
And really, I mean, this is all Matthew Montgomery. I mean, all by himself. Chew never touches him. Chew come down a little bit. But Montgomery was already getting sideways, and just nowhere for Haney to go, Keith Haney to go. Just gets him straight in the tailgate, sends Montgomery around. So Matthew Montgomery gets into another one. He's going to bring out a caution right here, obviously, for this one right here. Tristan Bruce is on pit road. Producer Dean Houghton wanting us to bring in Tristan Bruce. I don't know if I'll do that. Justin White, I don't know. Justin's probably a little bit ticked off as well.
I think Tristan can control himself. Let's bring in Tristan Bruce. I'd love to hear his feelings on the subject.
I've had Tristan on the DVD before, and he wasn't real cool. Well, I tell you what, we'll bring him in if I can find him right here. Let's see if I can find Tristan Bruce. I'm looking for Tristan Bruce. Is T. Bruce even in the? Is T. Bruce in the house? Where is T. Bruce at?
Tristan
I do not see him in Discord.
He said, "Bring me in, bring me in." So bring him in. He's available. Bring him in. He'll be a good boy.
I'm looking
for him.
Quit
stalling, Jacob. Quit stalling.
I don't see him, is what I'm saying. I'm looking at every single chat that Tristan Bruce is in. I do not see him.
Let's see him, guys. Hang on a minute. He's with Chrome. He's with Chrome Racing. Give me 1 minute.
Room.
I'll bring him in. I got him. I got him. You playing
found him,
Jacob? I got him. All right. Good cover, Jacob. That's all I'm going to say. We got.
What's up?
Tristan, buddy. Well, buddy, I'll tell you this right now. I mean, obviously, is there beef? With all this right here that you got going on?
Something before you answer. It would not be the final race of the year for 2024 than to have beef at the racetrack like at Dover. So, Tristan, go ahead for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Justin White deserved to be flipped over on his roof right there. It can't hold a straight line. These guys blow. They suck. It's a waste of my time. This is my favorite track. I had a really good night tonight. Me and MDW played the fuel strategy wrong, so I had to come in and pit and shuffled my way back with all these guys that blow, and that's what happens.
He's being
spit water all over the place right there. Yeah,
he's being kind of professional. He said guys that blow. I mean, he didn't say anything bad, so I mean, he didn't say what they're blowing.
I've heard worse.
I did.
I really have heard worse. But Tristan, I will ask you this right here, real quick. Before we go back grade here, he's got me flustered here. What's it going to be like for the next 2 weeks? I mean, do you feel like you can actually try to point your way in, or do you think at this point it's just going to be you got to win at this point?
Oh, I mean, I have the ability to put my way in. I think I just can't be running in the middle of the pack with all these squirrels. They suck. That's all. So you guys go back green. I'm gonna enjoy my Friday night, and I'll be back next week.
Well,
Tristan, have a great rest of your weekend, man. Happy New Year to you, pal.
Yep, New Year's, guys. See ya.
There you go.
Appreciate you, buddy. He is out of here. He got out of here as quick as he could.
Your mother's listening. Your sister's listening. Your wife is listening. Everybody is listening, Tristan. He just said everybody blows. He didn't say what they blow. He just said everybody blows here in this race.
I think Miss Sharon's going to be cool with it, I believe. Lord, MDW gets a fantastic jump. Jeff Merck, he's going to jump down in front of old Tiny Horse Ryan Johnson. He's going to sit comfortably in that third spot. Everybody else fanning out behind him, but Wood trying to get away. Stage 1 and Stage 2 winner. There you see it. Elite 10. Wood's at the top. He wants to stay there.
Let's see what happens right now as we watch him. Matthew David Wood, remember, trying to go to the championship round at Charlotte. If he wins here tonight, he'll do it. Under 45 laps to go now here at Dover. It is the leader, MDW, Jeff Merck, Ryan Johnson. You just heard Tristan Bruce say that they were on a different fuel strategy, himself and Wood. Wood's making it work, though. He's back up in front. They're working their way again on 3 and 4.
Yeah, Wood is really starting to kind of pull away right now from Jeff Merck, which is something he really wants to try to do. Obviously, there's beef going around all over the place because Merck had beef with Wood. Bruce has got beef with Justin White and some other guys. I mean, there's just beef going everywhere right now. It's like you say, Wesley, beef. It's what's for dinner. I got a feeling a lot of people is having some good dinner here this evening.
Yeah, I mean, while everybody the other day had turkey and ham, now we've got beef, and beef on a Friday night, no doubt about it, though, is really more exciting and for sure. As we even got boxing coming up, Friday night fights as soon as we finish up with Friday night Cup. And yeah, our producer's going bonkers, yelling, "Let's get ready to rumble." As right now, Rodriguez and Newton, they battle with each other, working their way off the racetrack off of turn number 2.
Yeah, Newton is going to see if he can get the run. Rodriguez almost comes down and turns himself. That about got bad right there. But Rodriguez knows that the opportunity is there for Newton to go ahead and ease on. So he elects to pull out of the way and let him have it. Robbie Richards just up the road there. You see him with Matt Cherry in the 45. Cherry gets a run, just sneaks down into the hole and is able to make it work. Old Nate Maurer right there in front of him as well. Maurer started 22nd in the field. He's up in 7th. And how about Chris Blanchard right here? Blanchard snuck into the Elite 10, started 18th. Haven't talked about him all race long, Wesley. He's sitting up here in 6th.
He certainly is, and look at the solid run for the man right there, Chris Blanchard. He's done really good in races of late, right? The man out of Maine had a shot to win the Atlanta Christmas the other night that we covered from Atlanta for the special event down the back straightaway. By the way, don't forget about the NASCAR 500. We'll give you all the details on that coming up for the next caution. As right now, Matthew David Wood in the lead. Merck right behind him. They're 1 and 2, and this big gaggle of traffic goes on with Cherry and Company in 3 and 4.
Cherry's trying to rock and roll down here on this inside lane. He's got Nate Maurer up on the top side. A little contact, door banging, baby. I got a feeling that ain't the last one of 2024, but door banging between Maurer and Cherry. Cherry will get the advantage. He's going to try to close in on Chris Blanchard. Top 5's gone at this point. Merck's got a bead on Wood, but the top 5 is straight up gone. Blanchard, Cherry, Maurer, Richards, all these guys back here battling it out for that 6th spot.
Look at now, Richards on the outside. It's the 19 of Newton back on the bottom. Keep an eye on the 4 of Rodriguez. Remember the problems he had. Hey, Santa, take a rest, man. We need to get champagne and balloons and fireworks for the new year. But yeah, Santa is still ho-ho-hoing his way back to the North Pole, and he wants you to like and subscribe as well. I'll be honest with you. I'm glad Christmas is over, Jacob. I'm sick of the music. I'm sick of the shopping. I'm sick of Santa Claus. I'm sick of the music. I'm sick of hearing it 24 hours a day for 2 months. So yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for the new year. I'm ready to hear Old Lang Syne, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sick of the Grinch. I'm saying that all the way around the house. Now I'm wasting
I am the
Sundays,
Grinch.
so
I am the Grinch of iRacing. I'm sorry, Jacob Reeves. I'm the Grinch of iRacing.
Well, I can deal with that. So we'll see how this works out. Brandon Broadfoot. Where did he come from? He was caught up in a couple of wrecks a while ago, and now Broadfoot just got around Brian Chew. He is up here sitting in the 11th spot. So Brandon Broadfoot soldiering along as much as he possibly can as we're in some pouring some champagne in the background from our producer.
Yes.
Something. How about
Get ready
that?
for the new year. Yes, sir. Get some of that champagne ready. Champagne wishes and caviar dreams of the world of iRacing. Look out, Robin Leach. As MDW is in the lead. Jeff Merck in 2nd, Johnson 3rd, and there's that big gaggle of traffic of all these guys going at it behind him as they work the back straightaway. Jacob.
And Newton down on the inside. He's going to try to get a run, try to get a bead on that 48 of Robbie Richards right in front of him. Nate Maurer, Matt Cherry, Dustin Scruggs, all those guys up in front. But like I said, top 5, they have straight up checked out. This is the battle for the 6th spot with every single one of these guys right here in striking distance from one another. Joshua Rodriguez, one of those guys that's in striking distance, if you will. He's on the outside looking in, trying to get into that championship 6. Here we go. Tiny Horse. He's going to try to make it interesting with old Jeff Mark. He dives it down to the inside. No hole is there. But Tiny Horse, old school with the old school heater. Now he's trying to go old school and mess with the ball. He wants the horns. He wants all he can get with Jeff Merck, and Merck just lets him have it.
We'll watch and see what happens as, again, look on that inside, goes after that spot. He's there again. It's MDW. There's Johnson to 2nd, Merck to 3rd, and they're all right there with one another as they work back into the corner.
Front 3 really starting to separate. Now Jurassic's going to end up falling back a little bit. He may fall into the clutches of Dustin Scruggs. Top 5 separated by 2.5 seconds, give or take, and then you got to go another 2.5 seconds back to 6th, and pretty much everybody else Front 5, there you see them right there on your screen, and here comes the whole pack. Right behind them, as you see Wood flashes by, Tiny Horse, Merc, Jurassic, Scruggs, all them flash by, and here comes Cherry and the rest of the field as they work their way going into turn 3.
Johnson on the inside. He's the man in the number 2 position. Can he run down Michael David Wood, MDW? Both of those drivers, remember, the guys in gray are locked in the championship round by virtue of points. Johnson off the wall. He loses ground on Wood. Wood again scampers on the inside at 3 and 4.
A little bit of lap traffic up the road. That is Keith Haney. He's up here right now. Mathematically, he's in according to how everything is spreaded. Everybody is even, but here we go. Jordan Jurassic pitting from the 4th, 5th spot. He has now elected to jump down pit road right here. This is the last if everything goes good and we stay green all the way. Now here comes Wood. Tiny Horse almost ran him over. He damn near cleaned him out, Wesley, but Wood eases in. Tiny Horse had to lock it up, almost got caught up in it. And Wood, we got to see this one right here. This is rough.
And green flag pit stops happening again. Matthew David Wood, we mentioned earlier, he is on a different pit strategy than anyone else. And look at what happened. Matthew David Wood drops to the bottom of the racetrack, almost took out Johnson. Johnson with an evasive move to stay to the high side, and MDW is on pit road. Strategy or not, anybody else, are they going to have to come down pit road? So the question is now Johnson's in the wall. Ryan Johnson slams the outside safer barrier. He's now in trouble. He drops to the inside and brings his Chevrolet to pit road with 25 to go.
And that will assume the lead to Jeff Merck in the 60. Scruggs will go to 2nd. Maurer will go to 3rd. Tiny Horse gets up into the fence coming off of turn 2. And this, look at this. This is the battle for the lead. Merck on the inside. Jurassic's going to fire around on the outside. Granted, Jurassic had already made that pit stop. He's on fresh tires. He's trying to see if he can get all that he can get and try to cycle back and maybe have the lead. Mark, Scruggs, both of them, they're going to battle it out for the lead as now Scruggs goes down to the inside for the lead in 1.
And how about Scruggs? Remember the problems he had earlier in the race. Oh, and by the way, Jeff Merck, Dustin Scruggs, they got history. I don't want to say we got beef just yet, but they got history in iRacing. We'll see how they race each other as they work their way off 3 and 4.
Looking pretty calm, cool, and collected. We'll see how this ends up working. As you see down there on the bottom of your screen, folks, that is from our producer, from what we're hearing, that is all the way from when they're in the pit box all the way to when they come out of the pits, if I'm correct on that, Dean. I believe that's what it is. So once they park in their pit box, all the way to when they get out of pit road. So that's what that timing is, as we're seeing there. You see it on the bottom of your screen. Kyle Hess, one of those drivers going down pit road. So if you see your favorite driver's name down there on the bottom of your screen, like Robbie Richards, all these guys, you'll see them on the bottom of your screen. These guys are going in for scheduled green flag pit stops right here, coming to 20 laps to go.
So we are watching this happen with drivers coming down to pit road. Another pit stop being made here. And green flag pit stops could possibly be a very important deciding factor of how things go here at the ServPro 150. As right now, 20 laps to go. This set us up now with our Premier Racing setups, 20 to go, as we'll go side by side. Jacob Reeves, tell everybody about Premier Racing setups and what Nazareth can do for them as well.
Absolutely. Premier Racing Setups. You need one, you know where to go. PremierRacingSetups.com. Enter that code of NASRA, N-A-S-R-A. You will get 15% off your entire order. Also, 15% gets kicked back to the North America Sim Racing Association. And folks, y'all have heard me say it numerous times on DBD, on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. You want the setups that the Redneck Announcer races? Go check them out. PremierRacingSetups.com. One of the best in-house setups shops on iRacing. They have some of the best stuff, some of the best setups. Dirt racing, cup racing, short track racing. I wouldn't be surprised they have something if you want to race shopping carts. I'm sure they could probably pop something up for you. So whatever you got, whatever you want, they got you covered for your setup needs. As Jeff Merck elects to go down pit road from 2nd.
And time running out. There comes Rodriguez on pit road. Is that Blanchard on pit road? More drivers are pitting. We're seeing green flag pit stops happen. This really changes the complexion of the race as Jeff Merck is on pit road in the 60 machine.
He got busted.
Justin Scruggs up in front, 17 to go, and he is the leader with opportunities to put more trucks a lap down. Haney and Company and is missed in one.
And Jeff Merck is actually going to get busted for speeding on pit road. Got busted. See the black flag. Joshua Rodriguez, another driver, he got busted for speeding as well. One of the more tougher pit roads, as you see Haney and Scruggs. Now Scruggs is your race leader at this time. Got to get it down. Be careful right here because, Wesley, these guys, they've been hauling the mail around this 1 mile oval. That pit road speed limit is 35 miles an hour. Merck was shooting in there. I think it was about 50 miles an hour. He was 15 miles an hour over. That's a super speeder fine right there. You got to be careful with that one. But there you see Nate Maurer leads right now. Chris Blanchard's right here. We're hearing that Devin Painter may be able to go to the end as far as fuel goes. And Painter went at lap 102, so We'll see how this works out, Wesley. The silent assassin, he may be able to pull one or pull a rabbit out of a hat here this evening.
Yeah, we'll see what happens as these laps wind down here as they work their way around the track. It's now Devin Painter, the new leader, the 99. And I'll be honest with you guys, I think possibly Devin Painter could roll the dice. If he can save his tires, be here at the end. He's got a 22-second lead now, a 12-second lead over Matthew David Wood. He might be able to win this race. Devin Painter might be a wild card winning this event in the 99. We'll see what happens, though. But I will tell you, MDW is reeling him quickly.
Yeah, Wood is straight up going at it right there. You watch it right there with Wood sitting in second. You see him hit the line. Painter just comes off of turn number 2. And Painter going to jump down to the inside of the racetrack. Nope, Painter is going to elect to go down pit road. So Devin Painter in the 99, he's got to make that pit stop. So he will jump down pit road for his service. He was trying to run it as long as he could, Wesley. He was trying to get some kind of luck any way that he could. But unfortunately, it just didn't work out for him.
So much for thinking that he could be able to go the distance. It's not going to happen for him right now. 12 laps to go. Now make it 11 to go. When they come to the line, it's Matthew David Wood. He is the leader. Johnson in second. Durasic is back to third. Newton Scruggs top 5. Cherry has now moved his way into 5th. Look at this big gaggle of traffic going at it. That's Cherry. That's for 5th as they dive into turn 3.
Oh, boy, this is going to get good as Robbie Richards dives down to the inside. He's going to try to follow Cherry. Now Broadfoot slides up the racetrack. He's back here 1 lap down. All these guys battling right now trying to get it going. And Devin Painter is going to shoot right up the middle. No, that's Blanchard in the 99. This is a caution waiting to happen right here. Literally, with each and every one of these guys making crazy moves, diving through there. There's Dustin Scruggs in the middle. This Broadfoot shoots up the hill. He says, hell with it. I don't want to get involved in any of it. And Brian Chew in the 51, he's going to shoot up through here. One of those guys, the Elite 10, Brian Chew, haven't talked a whole lot about him. 27th, 8th. He's got a shot to get him some points here this evening.
There's a storm brewing for sure, as the great CCR used to say, a bad moon on the rise. Watch this now as Chew's on the inside, battles with Scruggs. This is for 7th and 8th on the racetrack. All of this happening now. You see some of the names in the Elite 10. The names in black and white are locked in by virtue of points. The ones in red, not the lady in red, the men in red, they're on the outside looking in, and they are trying to punch their ticket in to the championship. You win, even though you're in red, you're going to the finals at Charlotte. But right now, none of these drivers are being able to stop Matthew David Wood. Is Osborne and Hess battle side by side off 4, but now 8, now make it 7 to go.
I'll tell you this much. You're talking about Bad Moon Rising. How about MDW maybe singing He Is the Fortunate Son all the way to the bank and try to make it all the way to Charlotte. But big battle right here between Kyle Hess and Osborne. Both of these guys, the last 2 drivers on the lead lap for 11th and 12th respectively. And MDW is starting to kind of close in on both of these guys with this big battle happening right here with MDW. As there you see right there, Dustin Scruggs trying to rock and roll up here. He's got Nate Maurer right behind him. But one thing about this, Wood is getting caught Wood's getting caught right here with 6 laps to go. Tiny Horse is starting to reel him in, that being Ryan Johnson. Johnson's starting to reel him in there. You see the gap right there. 5 to go. Tiny Horse, he's reeling him in, baby.
Time running out. Open hand. That's 4 fingers and a thumb from Barney. This is, by the way, the final race of the 2024 season for NASRA here at Dover. Miles the Munster has not disappointed. Here's that long green flag run we talked about to take it to the finish. Ryan Johnson, half a second back to the leader. 4 to go, 3 to go. Can he get there when they come to the line? As he's also running in the distance on the number 21, about a 10th per lap. He's trailing him in. Can he catch him as they work the back straightaway?
Boy, he is straight up sending it every single lap he goes into the quarter. Tiny Horse, not in the playoffs, but a win would be big for his confidence. If Tiny Horse not racing for a championship, Wood is. We'll see how this ends up working out. We're actually hearing that Tiny Horse is, so our graphic may be a little bit off right here. So Tiny Horse, he's not in gray. Apparently Tiny Horse is in the playoffs, so granted, this is a battle to get into the Championship 6 at Charlotte. Wood has ran a perfect race all the way up until now. We'll see how this works out. Tiny Horse looking to the inside. Wood slams the door with 2 to go, coming off of 2.
They stay single file, couple of lap traffic up ahead, but these guys race on to the back straightaway. All the while, Michael David Wood, defending series champion, trying to punch himself in for the 2nd straight year to the Championship 6 at Charlotte. He works off turn 4, looking for the white flag for the final time in turn 1.
Johnson looked down to the inside, tried to make it work, but Wood slams the door on him right behind Jeff Merck, who is 2 laps down, may have something to maybe kind of get a little chaos. Keith Hades getting wrecked right behind him. Here comes Tiny Horse on the outside. Jeff Merck's going to dive down to the inside. Wood slides up, door to door. Finish at the line. They put each other in the wall. Wood gets the win off of turn number 4. MDW by 5/100ths of a second. He done what he had to do. He will win the ServPro 150 here tonight at Dover. What a race. And everybody else just piles in right there with MDW coming off 4.
What a way to end 2024 racing for NASRA. Watch the finish of the C.O.P.S Truck Series at Dover. It was Matthew David Wood. It was the 38 of Ryan Johnson. He got into the right rear. He wasn't going to back down from making that move on the outside lane. Johnson up on the outside. Wood on the middle lane. Here comes Merck trying to poke onto the inside. 3 wide coming off of turn 4. And then Merck backed away, said, "Have at it, boys." I think he knew there might have been trouble brewing. Look at him down the front straightaway. Johnson bounces off the wall. Tags into the right front of the right side of the 21, and Wood stays in the gas and crosses the line T-bone style to win here in the ServPro 150. What a way to end the year for 2024's coverage of NASRA and iRacing for the C.O.P.S Truck Series. Jacob Reeves, unbelievable.
Doing what you got to do, and then everybody else kind of piles in right there with old MDW. Not real sure if he's going to be able to do a burnout at the end of this thing or not, but the fact remains is that you're doing what you got to do. What will you do to make it to the Championship 6 at Charlotte and win a championship for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series here with NASRA? Matthew David Wood gets the win here tonight. You see the margin and the crazy finish that all of us is going to be talking about for some time. Tiny Horse Ryan Johnson gets 2nd. Robbie Richards will get 3rd. Adam Newton gets 4th. Jordan Jurassic will get 5th. Nate Miller 6th. Matt Cherry 7th. Brian Chew, good finish for him, started 27th. Gonna get him some points. He will end up finishing 8th. Dustin Scruggs 9th. And Kyle Hess rounds out the top 10.
11th is going to go to Cody Knott. It's Ed Osborne in 11th. 12th, Chris Blanchard is the first truck in the race, a lap down when it finished. Huck Wigginton, Devin Painter, top 15. Brandon Broadfoot, Jeff Merck, Joshua Rodriguez, top 18. Rest of the rundown to the top 20, including, let's see here. Joshua Rodriguez, Stephen Thomas, multiple laps down. And Keith Haney will finish in 20th there, Jacob.
Then Jose Luis Rivera get 21st, with Brandon Schumann 22nd. James Beard will get 23rd. Mark Morton's going to get 24th, with Isaac Bevan in 25th. Matthew Montgomery will get 26th. Dane Hagan 27th. Raul Meza will get 28th. Tristan Bruce, this is going to be one that we really got to be watching out for, because next 2 weeks he's going to be sending it at Talladega and Nashville. Start at 8th. He will finish 29th here this evening. Justin White will finish 30th. Shane Trotter and Joey Stiers 31st, 32nd, respectively. TJ Moore, your race director here this evening. Folks, going to take a quick commercial break, round up them podium finishers after a wild night here at the Monster Mile. Don't go anywhere. You've been watching the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series live here on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Starbase 1552 Comics. We sell everything a collector would want. Comics, Funkos, action figures, and so many more. A real American comic book shop. We are online only. Starbase 1552 Comics. Find us on eBay Auctions.
Folks, we're back here at Dover for the end of the ServPro 150 and one of the wildest races that Nazareth has pretty much put on here in 2024. And to be honest with you, that's how you end up finishing with some fireworks. We got the podium finishers up here. We're having a little chat with them. We got MDW. Matthew David Wood gets it done here tonight and locks himself into the Championship 6 at Charlotte. MDW, congratulations. Tell us about this finish right here, because you were telling us a little bit about it in the green room about this right here, of exactly what happened.
You should be talking to Ryan. I have no words. I was going into 3. I completely killed the right front. and I was tight. I couldn't get off the corner, so I was just trying my best to keep it on the bottom. And when he went high, that distracted me, so I was up in the middle, and I just drove up the track, tried to let out. And after that, I was on the brakes. I was trying to give it to him, but I, I, I mean, I don't really know what to say. I don't ever race like that, and I didn't. I was just trying to stay in it, and went out of the throttle, and I just basically wrecked a guy, and that is something that I I'm gonna look at for probably. I mean, the rest of my racing career. I can't stand that. I really can't. And I mean, I just you should be talking to him right now. He drove a heck of a race, and for that to happen, of course, I didn't mean for it to happen. I didn't even want to make contact with him, but here we are.
Well, but I'll help you out a little bit on this one, buddy, because I've seen that kind of finish numerous times, and I'm not trying, I'm not defending anybody here, and I would have my take at the end of it, but I'll go ahead and put it to you like this at this point. That right there, even though it looked bad, it may have looked bad, but at the same time, everybody will look at that as that is the last turn. That's the last lap. You're going for it. It's a chance to make it to the championship 6. At that point, it's basically win at all costs. And what strikes me at this is you're the one out of probably about 20 people that would sit there and say, I don't want to do that. I don't even want to take it that way. The other 19 out of 20 would have said, you damn right, I would have took it that way. That's just what baffles me is that, like I said, you're the 1 out of 20 that said, no, that ain't how I race, even though it was one of the most classic finishes that I've seen in quite some time.
Yeah, and the thing is, I pride myself on that, trying to be as clean as I can. And I mean, what really bothers me is look back at what Holden did to me, and then I just go out and do this. Although Holden's was a bit more intentional than mine. I love you, Holden, if you're watching. We're good, of course, but his was definitely not more intentional than mine. But again, it pains me, and I'll probably do the same thing that Holden did. I'll say it right now, and I'll probably pay the entry fee for Brian the rest of the season.
Well, MDW, even though I mean, still, buddy, congratulations on a great race. One stage 2. However you want to look at it, controversial finish or not, you get the win here tonight, lock yourself into Charlotte. So congratulations on that. Before we let you go, have you got any sponsors, any shout-outs that you want to thank?
I just thank you guys for what you do. Thank the team for doing what it does, doing what we do there. For my family watching, church family, some of them are here. Thank the Lord for what He's done for me, but I let a lot of people down tonight, I think. Like that.
Well, MDW Matthew David Wood gets the win here tonight. Maybe not how he wanted to do it, but he still gets the win here tonight, buddy. Congratulations, and appreciate your time. We'll see you at Talladega. And that was MDW that got the win. He has jumped out of here as quick as he could. We'll bring it to Tidy Horse right here. And Ryan, I mean, as Dean loves to do, he always loves to bring in the podium finishers and let everybody hear what they got to say. So you already heard what Wood said. Your reaction to what Wood said, and do you feel like, I mean, what's your take on that?
I got a lot of thoughts. It's not the way I like to be raced, and it's not the way I race others. I saw he threw the block on the back, and I knew it was coming. I get it. Like, we're all trying to win. To be honest, most of the night I didn't think I'd have anything for him, so I tried a little pitch strategy there at the end. And I feel like I finally, towards the end, figured out how I needed to drive the truck throughout the whole run to get it to come to me, and we were faster on the longer runs, it felt like. That was the first time it happened, was in that last stage there. Yeah, I saw the block coming. I knew the only way to get around him quickly was going to be going up top, and I just, in my head, all I had to do was keep my nose there to where he wasn't clear, and we got a shot. And I saw him coming up a little bit, and I was hoping he would be able to stay just that little bit more off of me, because I think that'd have been a photo finish there. But blocked the way to the finish line, I guess, and it kind of ruins it. But it was a wild finish, I'm sure. I'm sure everyone got a show tonight. So, I mean, congrats to him. He's moving on, and we'll just do what we can for points for this next race. Well, I mean, we got 2 more races. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure. It's just a product of our luck this season, I feel, also.
Well, man, and Ryan, I mean, we hear this all the time. We hear, win at all costs. Obviously, he's not saying that he raced like that, obviously. So, basically, I mean, he's wanting to try to race it clean. But, I mean, it's like I said, some people would sit there and say, well, actually, it's just racing. It is what it is. Some people will say that. I'm on the fence about it. And like I said, I'll give my full take on it here in a minute. But, I mean, even Tristan Bruce, obviously you've had beef with him in the past, but I mean, he's sitting out there saying that you're distraught over nothing. I mean, do you really think that he should really be, that he shouldn't be distraught over that? I mean, it's a lot of people, like I said, they'll look at it and say that it's just racing and it is what it is. His right front went out and he come up. I mean, do you agree with that?
At the end of the day, it is racing. I mean, nobody's perfect. I'm assuming there's no way he knew that he didn't have enough left in that right front to stay far enough down. I think he should be looking forward to what's next in that championship race. I mean, it's racing. I'm upset, but I'll get over it. I don't want him to be kicking himself too bad. Like you said, at the end of the day, we're all going for the win. And I mean, it's not like we're professionals, but we do the best we can on the sim, and what happens, happens. I mean, what are you going to do now? I mean, you got to win. Congrats. We'll move on, and hopefully we can have some more good, clean racing in the future here.
We'll see what happens in the near future as we go to Talladega and Nashville, and then go to Charlotte to end season 9 for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series. Tiny Horse Ryan Johnson comes home second here tonight, buddy. Appreciate your time. And before we let you go, you got any sponsors, any shout outs that you want to thank?
Yeah, just Brady and everybody at Nazra putting this league on. You guys all up in the booth for broadcasting. Love going back and watching them. Highline Racing. Me, myself, and I left on the team. It's unfortunate, but Blue Line for letting me hang out with them during the races, and all the drivers for pretty good race tonight. Overall, I felt like it was a lot of fun. There was some strategy towards the end, and we had some good clean runs. So everyone tuning in and watching also, want to make sure I get them. But and Josh for my paint.
Well, how about that? Tiny Horse comes home second here tonight. And Ryan, just real quick, wanted to go ahead and let you know, MDW out there in the live chat just said he paid for the next 3 of your entry fees. So he put that out there on the live chat, so that's got to make you feel a little bit better going into 2025, buddy. But appreciate your time. Congratulations on second place, and we'll see you in Sweet Home, Alabama next week.
I appreciate that, and you guys. Thank you.
That was Ryan Tiny Horse Johnson comes home second here tonight. That's something we'll probably be talking about as well. And I'll tell you what, we'll bring in our third place finisher that was 9 seconds back from all of it.
Mm-hmm.
He had nothing to do with any of it. He's just sitting here just like, I'm ready to go ahead, get this going, and go ahead and finish that model car that he was talking about on the door banging download when he had beef. I don't even know if he actually got finished with it or not.
He didn't have beef, did he, Jacob?
We got beef!
No.
He had beef with that model car, and obviously that was one of the top 15. But anyway, Robbie Richards in the house. Robbie, first off, real quick, did you even finish that damn car? And second, tell us about your race, buddy.
No, I threw it away. It didn't turn out. It didn't turn out like I wanted it to, so I just threw it away. I got fed up with it, and I haven't even touched the model car since then. So, yeah, it was an eventful race, I guess, for the most part. I coming on the back straightaway, I was fourth, and across the line, I'm third. I'm still not sure what happened with Jaworski. But I'll take a third place. It's the first podium finish of the season for some reason. It's just not been a good season overall. Coming back from the broke shoulder and having to take some time off and everything. So I'll take a third place finish. Starting out of the race though, I mean, it was, I don't know. I couldn't get it. It didn't feel like your typical Dover for me. I don't know what it was, but I was just fighting it the whole night, trying to figure out the best line to run. First stage came through. I made some adjustments on force feedback and everything with the wheel and some some minor adjustments that you're allowed to do. So I feel like that played a big role in being able to finish it out strong. And then that last pit stop, man, I don't know how I did it, dude, but I nailed it. I nailed pit stop. The pit line. By the time I hit it, I hit it right on 35 and never had to lock them up or nothing. So I think that took a big role as far as gaining an advantage on the guys who maybe got in slower or maybe didn't get out as good. And then from there, I don't know, man. I just I was able to put it all together. The lap cars was kind of moving out of the way. Everybody was kind of not on the as fresh as tires as in front of me. So I was able to get around him, and then when we got to Adam, it was it was a little tougher to pass him, but I think he had a little bit older than me, so finally able to make the pass. And then so by the end, man, I seen cars on the bottom, see car in the wall up top coming to the white flag or to the checkered actually, and I was able to get third out of it, so I'll take it.
And Robbie, you brought this up a second ago that it's just been a dismal season, and not only for the Friday night series, but you look at it as the Monday night series and all the other series, that races in Nazareth. Obviously talking about your shoulder and everything else, and a lot of people really look forward to the next year for other things, but it seems like honestly, you've got a damn good reason to sit there and say, you know what, yeah, 2025. It wants to get here. Is that kind of, are you really waiting on 2025 to actually have a fresh start and be able to come back and say Robbie Richards is going to be better than ever in 2025?
Yeah, in points wise, if you're looking at points wise, yes, absolutely. Just kind of going to throw the season away as a wash. But still going forward on the way to the next season, 2025. You want to take as much momentum as you can going into that season. So if we can continue to finish strong here and keep a good pace going, it'll all carry through, and you're able to gain 4 Monday nights and Friday nights, and but the field as tight as it is, everybody's racing each other hard. If you take time off, you kind of lose your rhythm. And if you lose that rhythm with as tight as it is racing here, with everybody being as close as on speed and it's hard to make passes now, it's you got to keep it going, you got to keep the rhythm going, and once you have that momentum, you got to go keep it week in and week out. So yeah, we're just, as far as points wise, yeah, I'm not even focused on that at all until we get to the start of 2025, but definitely want to keep the momentum going from here forward to get the season going next season.
We're ending right for 2024 on a high note. Wasn't a win, but it's a podium finish for good old Robbie Richards in the 48. He gets it done here tonight, finishing third. Robbie, appreciate your time, and before we let you go, you got any sponsors, any shout-outs that you want to thank?
Oh, yeah. First and foremost, Chris Blanchard from Blanchard's Towing for giving me the opportunity to drive for him this season. and everything he's done for me. I hate that he's not going to be able to continue next season as far as the team wise. But we've got different plans for that. So I want to thank him. You guys here in the booth. I want to thank C.O.P.S. DSR Electric, ServPro, A's Landscaping, all the guys who put this on the backside that nobody gets to see, and all the guys who's racing. I mean, I just said just a few minutes ago that it's as tight as it ever's been. I mean, Jacob, it's as tight as it ever been as far as competition wise, and it wasn't nothing to be able to start in the back a season or two ago and work your way up front real quick. But it's not happening now. So I know there's times where it can get drug out, cautions after cautions and stuff. But tonight, I feel like for Dover, we put on a pretty good show.
Robbie Richards comes home third here tonight. Robbie, appreciate your time, and we'll see you at Talladega next week. We'll see you in 2025, buddy.
Yes, sir.
That was Robbie Richards, comes home third here tonight. Wesley Outland had to cut out. He's got some broadcasting obligations for tomorrow and some other things he's got going on tomorrow morning, so he cut out. So, Dean, it's me and you to close this bad boy out. And, Dean, we haven't heard from you all night, buddy. Obviously, this race right here, I mean, it was a good one, but a lot of people was going to look at that last move right there with MDW and Ryan Johnson. Your take on this finish here this evening?
Honestly, what's with the beef? Like, I don't see a big part of it, really. The drivers drove, I mean, you got to take into consideration all the other laps that the drivers did, and then all those 150 plus laps. I mean, they drove together majority of that race. I don't think there was a major beef towards the end, at the end of the day. I mean, they got into each other. I think Ryan was trying to seize an opportunity. I think MDW had it done anyway, and there was nowhere for Ryan to get the job done. Those two Ryan's been trying to battle with MDW all season long. It just means we're going to have a fantastic, I think, final showdown between those two drivers are going to be the ones, if they both look like they're going to go through there, Jacob, through to the end. MDW's locked into the next round. Ryan Johnson was looking out before of even getting into this final 10 drivers, but he did. This is where it's going to be at. These two were just a separate from the rest of the field there. They were 3 seconds, 4 seconds up the road from almost 8 seconds by the end there, up the road there by Robert Richards. So, if anybody's going to challenge MDW to the title this season here at C.O.P.S, Consensus Police Survivors, it's Ryan Johnson. So, I don't think there's much beef really at the end of the day. Just to summarize that there, Jacob. Because the beef goes to you, mate.
Yes.
Sorry. There you go, mate.
Well, I will say this. I mean, it's going to be a lot of good water cooler talk throughout the week. My filtered response, I guess, on that is the way I look at it. Well, I'm going to be filtered with it, obviously, because we're on the broadcast. I'll talk about it next week on DVD, but I mean, the way I look at it is this is just racing. Yeah. It's racing between both of these guys. I mean, they're going for it, both of them. We didn't even think Tiny Horse was in the playoffs until we figured it out as far as the graphic went that he was in it. And he started 7th, got up there, finished 2nd, and Grand MDW, he went all the way and he won all of it. But at the end of the day, it's for a championship spot. And that's what this playoff format does, Dean. I mean, folks at home, that's what it does. It makes people do stuff like that. Now, granted, obviously Wood didn't want to race like that. I've never seen Wood race in any way, bad shape, fashion, or form. But at the same time, I mean, he's got to stand on it. I mean, he said he was trying to lift. Other people would just gassed it up and done it. It is what it is. It's racing. It's door banging. Fireworks right here at the end of 2024, going into 2025. The big thing about it is that MDW gets the win, however he wants to look at it. Granted, he may have to look over his shoulder, but at the same time, Wood gets the win here tonight for the ServPro 150 here tonight at Dover. We want to thank all of our great, great sponsors, Warrior Wraps being one of them. Obviously, Pulse Popper, Starbase 1552 Comics, DSR Electric for all they do, Blanchard's Towing, Sim Racer Hub, all our great sponsors. Obviously, ServPro 150 for the title sponsor of the race, Merch Magical Creations, and we can't forget about C.O.P.S, the Concerns of Police Survivors, for everything that they do here for the Nazareth, and also the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. Shout out to the drivers for everything they do and the fans that come out each and every week and see some of the best racing, honestly, on iRacing. It's an absolute blessing to call these races each and every week in front of you folks, and it's going to be a good one here for these next 3 weeks here in the playoffs. For the Australia, indeed, Hopton Bengals, and also for Smithfield, North Carolina's own Wesley Outland, I'm the redneck announcer, Jake Reeves. Said as I always say, be safe, be kind, be fast. Everybody have a happy new year, because folks, we're getting ready to go 3 wide, 4 wide. We're going in my neck of the woods. We was up here in Dover this week, son. Sweet home Alabama. Bring your camper, bring your cooler, bring your grill, and also bring them Mardi Gras beads. We're going to Talladega next week. I cannot wait. Everybody be safe. Don't drink and drive next week. And we'll see you in 2025 at Talladega.